Thousands of students in Tulare County are getting hands-on lessons in science outside of the classroom. In fact, the science lab is coming to them. Hauling a 40-foot-long trailer every day may seem tedious, but for Denise Goodman, it's a positive path to education.
This is like a field trip in their backyard.
She takes the Smart Lab to children of Tulare County.
I want kids to understand that science is everywhere and everything.
And Denise is everywhere, sharing the wonders of science. On this day, she's at Munson Sultana at school near Dinuba.
And this is what's going to link those molecules, those polyvinyl alcohol molecules together.
Sarah and her fellow third graders are learning about chemical reactions.
Big shake, come on, shake, 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 come on, shake, shake.
We learned about liquids and gases and solids.
Creating a solid out of liquids can put smiles on these young faces and give them a dose of inspiration.
At first, when I came in, I felt like if I was like a scientist.
Magnus thinks science is fun and necessary.
If nobody knew about science, they won't know about really how the world was made and stuff.
For 18 years, the Science, Mathematics, and Resource Technology, or SMART Lab, has traveled to schools that may not have access to microscopes or models like Mr. Bones.
Life, Earth, and Physical. I have microscopes, we have a planetarium, we have body models, we have skeletons, we have electricity.
More than 10,000 K-8 students are served through this partnership between Porterville College, Tulare County Office of Education, and local supporters.
Some of the children don't get very many experiences. They don't get to go to see different things. Where the Smart Lab, they get to see science projects that they can use, work with, and they also get to take it home too.
Kids get a kick out of creating slime, but they're also coming away with questions about the wonders of nature and may one day embark on research to find their own conclusions.
I would want to learn how, why in only fall, why do leaves fall?
Knowing the Smart Lab is sparking curiosity and career goals,
Probably a scientist or an engineer.
Denise can head to her next school, helping kids take turns on the road to discovery. Learn more about the Smart Lab at abc30.com. Search for Children First, surrounded by science.
Science takes many forms. Health science is an area that can lead to a promising career. Students at One Valley High School are getting a head start in the world of medicine.
I'm going to ask you to extend your shoulder again.
At age 16, Adriana Hernandez is already working to become a rehabilitation therapist. The senior at Duncan Polytechnical High, a magnet school within Fresno Unified, is in the MASH program, the acronym short for Medical Academy of Science and Health. It is paving the way for hundreds of Central Valley students like Hernandez to be leaders in the medical field.
Personally, it's one of the best things at the school.
For 2 years, Hernandez has studied how the body functions and worked to help patients recover from injuries. Here she is doing what is called an overhead squat assessment on a classmate, analyzing the mobility of his body. Outside of the hands-on activities, the rising college freshman says the science-based course has broadened the scope of what she can do in the industry.
It has showed me that there's a lot more opportunities in this field than I thought there was, because usually when you think of rehabilitation, you think just physical therapy. But there's also occupational, there's speech-language pathology, if that interests you, but you don't really want to be a physical therapist. You can also be an athletic trainer or just study exercise science. There's so much.
Toby Garza is the instructor for rehabilitation therapy. He says the work does not just stop in the classroom. Many of the students are also working at various rehab facilities around town, putting their knowledge to use.
For me, exposure is the main thing for my students, to get them out there, understanding what is available to them, especially when they tie in what I lectured to what they're doing hands-on. They're like, oh, that makes total sense.
And the story is the same, just one door down. These students are in MASH's nursing program, their learning environment resembling a hospital with beds and patients. Amanda Aguilar is among this group of nurse assistants in training. On this particular day, they are in an isolation room performing oral care on a man who has an infection. The experience, along with 100 off-campus job site hours, is helping them prepare for the state certified nursing assistant license test, something all in the course will take.
And once you're done with that, you graduate from here being a CNA, so as soon as you get out, you can start working.
Lori Wayner is the nursing teacher.
I'm a nurse.
but nurses teach.
She tells us her students starting in 9th grade take foundation courses covering anatomy and physiology. Then they learn how to assess patients and take vitals to measure what is going on in the body. Wayner says teaching them about science and seeing the spark in their eye fuels her.
That's why I'm here. That's why I've been here 24 years. Because the minute you see that, the minute you can see the glow and you can see the, oh, I get it, it makes me run the race harder.
A race these students in both programs are also running to fulfill their dreams.
Learn more about the MASH program. Go to abc30.com, search for Children First, surrounded by science.
Up next,
This would be my laboratory if I was a scientist. It looks cool.
the new STEAM Center in the North Valley, how it's inspiring kids to become innovators. Plus the field trip helping kids learn where their food comes from. That's next on Surrounded by Science.